GM. Hey everyone, how's it going? Are you guys excited to build some Web3 apps for this hackathon? If you are a Web2 JavaScript developer, type in chat JS. And if you are a smart contract developer, type in SC. I just want to see who's here, who's watching. Hello, Tommy. GM, PCM. Let's see if there's JS. We need some JavaScript developers. JS React, perfect. So that's exactly what our modules will show you today. Yeah, let's get started. So yeah, my name is Shane. I'm the developer advocate here at Decentology, and today we will be talking about how to build Web3 apps using just JavaScript, so no smart contract code knowledge needed at all. And then as well as show you a few examples of smart modules that we have, also go into a live demo of a smart module and dig a little deeper into the code as well. So yeah, let me talk a little bit about Decentology first. So we obviously love developers. We are a developer-focused company, which is why we are here and supporting this hackathon. And we make products that make developers' lives simpler. So our mission is that we want to onboard the next 10 million web developers to Web3, and hopefully you guys can be a part of that. And our product, the Hyperverse, is designed to accelerate and simplify your blockchain development journey. And that is exactly what you will see today, how quick and easy it is to get a Web3 app up and running. So for the agenda today, I'm going to give a quick overview of the Hyperverse, the vision behind it, and how it works. I will then give a quick overview of all the example smart modules that we have available for you to start building on. And then as well as go into some inspiration, give you a few ideas of how you can put these smart modules together and build dApps. And hopefully that will get some juices flowing for you guys if you don't have an idea yet, or if you're working on an idea. And then I'll go over the prizes and some resources. So yeah, what we are doing is creating a community-built, open, and audited modular platform for smart contracts for all major blockchains. So I know that's a mouthful, but I'll break it down for you. So if you think about how Web3 apps are made today, someone builds a smart contract, and then they build a client application for it. And then they wire the two up and they roll it out. But that smart contract requires you to learn or know another programming language, depending on what chain you're on. So that could be Solidity, Cadence, Rust, and so on. It also requires a different set of experience and skills, just because the mental process of building a smart contract is vastly different than that of building a Web2 application. So we want Web2 developers to build with the tools that they are already familiar with, which is JavaScript, and have it so that you do not have to write a single line of smart contract code. So now for the people that do know how to write smart contracts, instead of building a single large smart contract that does multiple different things, we instead have a packaged up modular and purposeful smart contract that does solely one thing and does that one thing really well. And this is what we call a smart module. So the experts on smart contracts would build these modules, and then through our community of registrars, they will validate the package that they put together by making sure the required items are there, like proper documentation, the metadata, examples, so stuff like that. And then once that passes, we have a community of auditors that will actually check and verify that this code is trustful by staking their tokens as a form of security, indicating that the code is trustful. So this acts as an insurance layer. So when someone uses a smart module on chain, they can be sure that it is secure because 5, 10, 20, 30 auditors would have staked their money on it, saying that they trust this code. So yeah, that was the basic model that goes into building the smart modules. And once that is all out there, all JavaScript developers have to do is use our JavaScript libraries that we provide to access these on-chain smart modules and put them together however they like. So it's literally like piecing together Lego blocks. So you would use these different sets of modules for different things and literally wire them up however you want throughout your dApp. So essentially, if this sounds familiar to you, it's because it is. Web2 developers, you're not going to build a payment layer from scratch, right? You would just use Stripe's API, 2 to 3 lines of code, and you have that up and ready, right? For messaging, you would use Twilio. So everything is composable. So essentially what we are building is literally, the NPM for smart contracts at scale. So it is really that easy. You would simply import these modules just like any other node modules and use the functionalities of these smart contracts by calling JavaScript functions throughout your dApp. So yeah, let's get into the smart modules. So first, the blockchains that we support are Flow, Ethereum, Algorand, and Metis. That's all currently. We are working on multiple different blockchains to provide support to them. And on this slide and all next slides, you'll see on the bottom right, this docs.hyperverse.dev link. So that you can go there and follow along with the actual tutorial and the demo when I get into it. So here is our first module called tribes. So essentially what tribes is allowing us to do is pull these tribes that are saved on chain on the smart contract. So we pull these tribes and showcase them and allow users to join or leave these tribes all by using JavaScript functions. So you could really think of other use cases being something like maybe like an event or class that a user can join. So inherently, this tribes module, you can only be joined in one tribe at a time. So if I join another tribe, it will automatically kick you out of the previous tribe you were in. So maybe like a gaming mechanism with teams, you can only be in one team at a time and stuff like that. So right here, you could see that we also added an extension to this tribes example dApp, which uses Chainlink, which is an oracle. So essentially what this allows us to do is generate randomly a winner between 2 tribes. So we'd start a battle and it would automatically generate a winner between these 2 tribes. So why this is really important is because an oracle is essentially a bridge between real world data and the smart contract on the blockchain. It allows us to pull data like, say, like weather or sports event scores, stuff like that. But the most important one it allows us to do is do a random generator, a random number, because that is applicable in real world. It is not applicable in the blockchain because the blockchain intrinsically is deterministic. So Chainlink is one of the most popular oracles, and that is what we're using here. So now if we go to docs.hyperverse.dev, you guys can actually follow along and build this dApp yourselves on your local machine. So first thing you guys will see is the introduction page. So we'll go into the build Web3 apps, and we'll go into environment setup. So I already did this, but you guys can simply clone the repo. And what this will give you is you'll see a bunch of different, inside the apps folder, you'll see a bunch of different blockchains that we support. as well as all the modules and example dApps, which you can go into and run and have that up and running. So we would simply CD, for this example, into the tribes module. And since this smart module lives on Ethereum blockchain, we're going into Ethereum and then tribes. Once you do that, you would simply install all your dependencies using Yarn. And then you would run yarn dev to pull it up on your localhost 2000, which I already have up and running right here. We'll dig into the code after I go over exactly all the functionality and what's happening on tribes. So the first thing you'll see when a user comes is connect wallet. So what this connect wallet button allows us to do is actually authenticate the user. So like in the Web2 world, whether it be Google sign-in or whatever it is, this way we would connect wallet and it would ask us which wallet provider the user has. So either MetaMask or Wallet Connect. Once the user clicks MetaMask, you'll see a MetaMask, the extension pop up and ask the user to connect to this Web3 app to be able to use the Web3 app. After the user has been authorized, you'll see the wallet address pop up on this Connect Wallet button, and you'll also see a Join a Tribe button pop up right in the middle of the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. We click Connect Wallet, MetaMask, we'll choose which account, and then we'll click Connect, and then we're connected to the Web3 app. So you'll see the wallet address popped up here, as well as Join a Tribe. So what this Join a Tribe button allows us to do is, once I click on it, you'll see processing. So what this is literally doing is fetching or getting data from the smart contract of the tribes that are on there, and you'll see all the tribes being showcased and asking us, which one do we want to join. So we click Join a Tribe. It's processing. It's actually fetching this information from the blockchain, all from JavaScript functions, and then we see all the tribes that are available to join. So once we actually click on one of these tribes, the user will be joined into the tribe. And because this is setting or updating information on the blockchain, it actually requires a user to sign and authorize the transaction. So whenever we are updating or putting information on the blockchain, it costs money. Whenever we are fetching or getting information from the blockchain, it does not cost money. So that's why when we first clicked on Join a Tribe, you saw that it was processing, nothing really popped up. But once I do click Join a Tribe, the MetaMask extension will pop up since you have to authorize a transaction. So let's just click drag in here. And you'll see that it's processing. It shows us the gas fees, the amount. We confirm this transaction. And then it's actually putting this data on the blockchain. And then you'll see the tribe data show up of the tribe that I just joined. So you'll see the tribe name, the tribe description, the tribe image, and as well as a leave tribe button. So here we go. And essentially what this leave tribe button is doing is very similar to Join a Tribe. So leave tribe, it's also updating information on the blockchain. So it will also require us to sign and confirm a transaction. So we click leave tribe, and then we click confirm. And then you'll see that we'll be taken to the home page once it has been updated and once it's done processing. So once that's complete, I'll show you the fun Battle Royale feature that uses Chainlink. And then we'll see which tribe can actually win. So there we go. We're on the home page. Let's go to the Battle Royale, and I'll click start the battle, which will require us to sign the transaction. So now it will start the random generator. So it's going to randomly choose a winner. So for fun, if you guys want, you can type in chat which tribe you think will win, and then we'll come back to this and see who actually won. So yeah, until then, let's actually go ahead and look into the code. So once you clone the monorepo, you'll be taken here. You can go into the apps folder. You'll see here the several different blockchains that we have. You'll click into Ethereum for this use case, since the tribe smart module for this use case is on Ethereum. We would go into tribes, but you can see that there's other smart modules here as well, which I'll explain a little bit later, right after we dig deeper into the code. So we go into tribes and we go into this app.tsx file. So this is essentially where the whole dApp is getting hooked up to the hyperverse. So you'll see here that we are importing, just like normal node modules, we are importing some blockchain specific modules, and as well as the specific module for tribes to get the tribe functionality, and then as well as the random pick module, which gives us access to the Chainlink random generator the module. And then you'll see here, this is where we actually initialize the hyperverse to get it hooked up to the dApp. So we initialize the hyperverse using the Ethereum blockchain, since we're using Rinkeby testnet. And here are the array of modules that we are using. So theoretically, you can think if we add multiple different modules, since you could be using multiple different things for different features, you would just literally just tag on to this array, and you would already have access to those modules. And then simply we're passing the hyperverse that was initialized into the initial state of the hyperverse provider, which we also brought in from here. And then you are hooked up to the hyperverse. So now let's go into the index.tsx file, since that is the first file that is rendered. And you'll see right here that the nav component is the first component that is rendered. So we can see where that nav component is coming from. It's coming from components, the components folder, so we can go into the nav.tsx file. So you'll see right here the button connect wallet, right? So this is where I actually clicked connect wallet, and you saw that the MetaMask extension popped up asking us to actually connect and authorize us into the Web3 app. So how did all this happen? It was simply just calling a connect function. So where does this connect function come from? It's coming from the use Ethereum hook. So what this use Ethereum hook allows us to do, that we imported right here, it gives us access to the connect function, disconnect function, several other things that you can see here, as well as seeing like the user's address. So all we are doing here is just extracting the connect and disconnect functions, and then we can use them wherever we want, right? We would just call this like a normal function. So on click of connect wallet, we are connecting the user, and it automatically does everything for you, the pop-up and all that stuff for you on the back end. And then as well as disconnect would disconnect the user from the web app. And then we see right here, we're actually reading the user's address. So once they are authorized, we saw that it showed a shortened version of the user's address on the connect wallet button, which was coming from right here. So now let's go back to the index.tsx file. You'll see that the join a tribe button also popped up once the user was authorized. So once an address was there, we saw the join a tribe button. All this join a tribe button is doing is just pushing the route to all -tribes. And since we are using Next.js, the file structure is exactly how the routes are. So all -tribes actually reads exactly from all -tribes file. So we'll go into here. So this is where the processing was happening. It was actually fetching information from the blockchain, fetching all the tribes to show you which tribe you can actually join. So how is all this happening, right? So if we go down here, we see that we're mapping through something called data. While we're mapping, we are creating these images, right? So those were those single images of each tribe. So where is this data coming from? So if we go up here, we can see that it's a single line. We see that all we are doing is calling this tribes query, this tribes function, and extracting the data from the object that is returned. And that data automatically gives us all the tribes. So how does that even work? How are we even getting that? It's because we are using this use tribes hook. So we are importing this use tribes hook. That gives us access to all the functionality in JavaScript. You can see that there are 6 more functions that can be called. So this is essentially a bridge between the smart contract and the front-end code that extracts all the functionality from the smart contract into JavaScript, so that you could simply call these JavaScript queries, these JavaScript functions, and it would actually call the functionality in the smart contract. So this would be similar to, in the Web2 world, like fetching or posting or putting those type of requests, right? So we would simply just use this use tribes hook and call the functions that we want to update or put data onto the blockchain. So all we did here was take out tribes from use tribes, and then all we did was just call tribes and then use that data to map through the tribes list that was returned back and showcase each of those images. So now, once we actually clicked on a tribe, we were joining a tribe, right? So you can see right here, when we clicked on the tribe, we call this mutate function. So what does this mutate function do? We can go up here and see that it's kind of similar, right? So all we are doing is calling this join function. So that does all the updating information for you on the back end. So we brought in join from use tribes, and then we simply just called join. And then after that is successful, we are pushing the route to my-tribe, which actually goes to the my-tribe file. And this is where we were showing the data of the tribe that the user was currently in. So you can see here, it's the same type of pattern, right? We're doing the same thing. So we import use tribes hook. We get access to all the functionality that is available that we can call and actually update or put information on the blockchain. We bring in a tribe. So this is what gives us access to the data of the tribe that the current user just joined. We call tribe and we take out the data from the response object. And all we are doing is simply displaying, data.name, data.description, and the data.image. And then it's very similar for leave tribe, just like how it was for join tribe. So here's the leave tribe button. On click, we call the mutate function. And then up here, you'll see just like join, all we are doing is calling leave, which does everything for you on the back end, and you would be taken back to the home page. So now let's go back here and see who actually won. Mage. So some people won. I think I see more knight. So yeah, and now let's look into the code for battle.tsx. So this is where all the shuffling or all the random generators happening for Chainlink. So if we go back to app.tsx, right? So this is where we actually imported the random pick module. So this is the module for the Chainlink connection to do the random generator. So we'll go into battle.tsx. Similar to use tribes, we're just importing this use random pick module, which gives us access to these two functions, start random pick and get random pick. So right here, very similar to the tribes or whatever functions that we used before, we would simply call these functions and then use that data to actually set the winner of the random number pick. So we look into the contestants array, and the contestants array is the two tribes that are battling each other. And then we look at the random number pick that was generated, and we're getting the ID of who the winner was. So yeah, this was a example demo of one of our example dApps, which we're using the tribes module as well as the random pick module. So now if we go back to the slideshow, I can show you what other modules that we have. So again, tribes was one of these modules. So now we also have ERC20 and ERC721 modules. So you could build your own token or your own NFT, as well as a staking and rewards module. So you can have users lock up their tokens for a certain amount of time, and also you can give out custom token rewards if you wanted to. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do and mix and match, and that's exactly what I'll show you right here in the inspiration. So these are some ideas that hopefully gets your juices flowing. If you don't have an idea, hopefully this helps you. So yeah, for example, like you can combine the staking and rewards modules to maybe give some sort of reward to the users who have staked their tokens or NFTs. You can maybe turn tribes, what I just showed you, into like a big game, so that maybe you keep track of the tribe that is winning the most out of these random battles. And then the ERC20 module and tribes you can possibly combine to maybe reward your members of the tribe, depending on which tribe you are in. And then as well as maybe like a staking and tribes module combined, where you have some sort of content, some sort of information within each of these tribes that is only accessible to maybe like a tier system. So depending on how much the user has staked, they get access to different sorts of information. So yeah, let's get into the prizes, which everyone is probably excited about. So for JavaScript developers, we'll be giving $500 each to 10 people. And then for the smart contract developers to actually build the smart modules, we'll be giving $1,000 to 5 people. The only requirement is you submit a GitHub repo link and a 3-minute video demonstrating your app. So yeah, that's it for the workshop. Thank you guys for having me. Please go to docs.hyperverse.dev. You'll see a bunch of information there. It's very beginner friendly as well. There's tutorials as well to guide you through building your own dApp, and as well as following all of our socials. We will be posting a few tutorials on our YouTube channel as well throughout the week. And we also host AMAs with our founder and CEO, Nick, at 3 p.m. Eastern every day, as well as office hours, 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 4 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And this is all happening in the Decentology voice channel in the Web3 Con Discord. So yeah, thank you guys for having me. And we can probably go into Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. We also have Jacob here, who is a developer at Decentology. So if you guys have any dev or technical specific questions, then he'd be happy to answer that. So yeah.
Hey, everybody. Oh, actually, I see a question in the chat. So Tommy's asking, oh, sorry. So I see Tommy's asking in the chat, is the create instance function in the use ERC-721 module creating a new token contract? So kind of. So what we actually did, if you're from, I don't know how familiar you are with Solidity, but there's this one pattern called the clone pattern. And so what it's doing is it's sort of spinning up a new contract, but without duplicating all of the functions. And so it's giving you sort of like your own state that you can interact with. And that's why, it's really beneficial in the context of this application, because when you create your new instance, you have your own total supply, you have your own, new like NFTs that you're minting, and it's all in the context of your own data. So that's what it's doing. So it's not deploying a totally new contract, but it is cloning a pre-existing one just with your own state. I hope that helps. I see 27 BCJ is asking, is there any documentation that walks you through how to create your own smart contract modules in Flow? So there aren't any right now, but I'm glad you asked that because I actually am the one that writes all the Flow smart modules. So if you have any questions about that, I would really recommend coming to the Decentology Discord, and I can sort of talk you through that directly because I would really love to have you on board and help me write some of these smart modules. I see PCM said mages go home, go back to your wizard huts. Facts.
That's funny. Yeah, so we'll just wait here, see if we get another question in.
Sure.
And if you guys want, the AMAs are really open. So is our office hours. I mean, you can just come and chill and chat with us if you have any ideas or anything like that. We have a question, yeah. We have a few. You want to take Tommy's question, Jacob?
Sorry. So Tommy says, I'm interested in the minting NFT module. Can you tell me what functions would create the NFT and what functions would mint it and number amount? All right. So let me read this. So I'm interested in the minting NFT module. Can you tell me what functions would create the NFT and which functions would mint a number? So it sounds like you're asking about how to mint an NFT using the module. So there actually is there's a built-in mint NFT function that you actually pull in from use ERC 721. And so if you pull that into your, if you're using React or whatever front end you're using, if you pull in the use ERC 721 you can actually pull out the mint NFT function that will do that for you. At least mint NFT. If they didn't answer your question, feel free to ask again. So Cypher says, can any of the groups be used in microbanking? I'm not sure what microbanking is. I wish I did.
Me neither. But he followed me from the or they followed me from the 2 p.m. Workshop.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
Yeah, I wish I could. So what do you think about Clarity, the other smart contract language? I've never heard of Clarity either.
Me neither. No.
I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, Tommy says, yeah, I see it, and it takes in a 2 parameter, which is a string. So that's the account address that you want to mint the NFT to. So if you want to mint it to yourself, you just put in your address there. That's what the 2 is. And the other thing is that I would just make sure that you're doing this under your own. I mean, you don't have, of course you can do whatever you want, but the way the ERC 721 module is hooked up is that only the tenant owner can actually mint an NFT. So if you have created your own instance, make sure that you paste your address into the tenant ID field in the _app.tsx if you're using the demo app that we made for you.
Yeah, and that goes as well for the tribes module as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can upload your own set of custom tribes if you just change the tenant ID to your address.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, listen, PCM, it sounds fantastic. I unfortunately have no idea what it is, but I'll take your word for it. Although Cadence is better, GG. I'm very biased towards Cadence language, which is that's the smart contract language for Flow, by the way.
Jacob is the Flow god.
Yes, the Flow god.
Forking the tribes module now. Gonna add animations and then sell it.
Let's go.
US dollars.
That's hype. Yeah, no, we would love to see that. Listen, by all means.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I don't think we have any more questions coming in, at least.
Yeah, if anyone has any further questions, you're not able to ask it, definitely head to the Decentology Discord, or feel free to reach out to me or Shane, individually. We'll be more than happy to answer your question. If you have Flow questions specifically, I would recommend just pinging me directly in the Discord, because I'll be the one handling that anyway.
Yep. So feel free to do it on Decentology's Discord, or we also have a Decentology channel in the Web3 Con Discord. And yeah, just throw in your questions. Love to see everyone building on Hyperverse. We want to see what everyone can build, sell something for $1 trillion for sure.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Peace, everybody.